Many countries celebrate holidays influenced by culture, surroundings, and influential people. But there is one universally known holiday: Christmas. In the United States of America, we decorate our houses with candy canes, snowmen, Santa Claus, deer, and Christmas trees. Christmas is a day marked to celebrate the birth of Jesus. Latin Americans put a lot of emphasis on this and have many different traditions. In this documentary, I will be explaining the tradition of Los Nacimientos, what it is, and its history. In Latin American countries, Christmas decorations start on December 9th and ends on February 2nd. Los Nacimientos has many other names, including Belén, Nativity Creche, Pesebres, Mangers, and Belenes Creche. Mexico, Peru, Chile, Paraguay, and Guatemala built the nativity scene of Jesus, placing it in homes, churches, and public settings. The scene includes the baby Jesus, Joseph, Mary, the three wise men, an angel, barn animals, and a shepherd. Sometimes, people create farms and an entire marketplace in the scenes. It is important to note that the scene is set up on the 16th of December, but the baby Jesus isn't placed in the scene until the 24th, and the three wise men are placed on January 5th. It is decorated with sawdust, pine needles, and fruit. They can be made of wood, pottery, everlasting flowers, fruits, basketry, glass, wax, or tinplate. Sizes of the setting can vary, from small ones to big ones, even being as big as us. There are even scenes filling up an entire room. Nativity scenes can also be handed down from generation to generation. In Peru, the Huachaca Indians take time to carve very detailed figures. Older Nacimiento creations can be viewed in Guatemala. Sometimes, people also hold parties to show off their Nacimiento creations. One family, the Osorio family, spent 60 years on their Nacimiento. They see this as an expression of their faith and are very zealous of this project. Gloria Osorio said, "Santa comes in, but he always bends and worships baby Jesus, the Nacimiento, first. There's nothing wrong with exchanging Christmas gifts, and there's nothing wrong with Santa. It's all beautiful, but for us, faith is the focus." It is apparent that the tradition is very popular and is very meaningful. But this raises the question, how did the tradition start? Well, some history can be traced back to Saint San Francisco of Assisi during the Christmas season in 1223. He had set out to explore the monastery of Monte Colombo and wrote to his friend Giovanni Veita to create a diagram of the Nativity of Christ so that he could recall with due solemnity the coming of the Son of God into this world, and to see with my own eyes how poor and miserable he appeared, and all for the love of us men. He then created his nativity scene, consisting of a manger and real animals. The event was named Creche, which is French for crib. It soon became a popular celebration throughout Italy. In the 14th century, they created a scene using carved out figures. The tradition later reached Guatemala in the 16th century. Thomas Gage in 1629 claimed to have seen a nacimiento in Guatemala. There is another celebration similar to Los Nacimientos called Noche de Rabanos, where Latin Americans make different scenes out of horseradish. Different scenes include the nativity scene, Mayan scenes, wildlife, missions, and Oaxacan folklore. This tradition originally started in the 19th century. It is said that two friars picked up two horseradishes that were planted for too long, and out of curiosity, carved out different images from them. Even though this was originally just a marketing tactic at first, Mayor Francisco Vasconcelos in 1897 loved the practice and popularized it, starting radish carving competitions. Nowadays, these competitions are very diverse, including people of different ages. Los Nacimientos is a very meaningful tradition celebrated by millions of Latin Americans. It is an expression of faith, creativity, and hard work. It is also a fun tradition that draws families closer to one another, enabling special family bonding time. As Eric Hernandez said, El Nacimiento is a Christmas tradition that brings us all together. Every year, we reminisce on how the altar has changed or laugh about how we always have to relearn how to properly set up the tables each year. Many Christian holidays have become secularized here in America, but in Latin America, they don't forsake the true meaning of Christmas. Los Nacimientos is just one of many traditions that is celebrated in Latin America during Christmas. Los Nacimientos provides a fun way to celebrate the birth of Jesus, and helps Latin Americans to have a deeper appreciation of the Messiah entering the world in the flesh, to save us from our sins, a pure act of selflessness. It reminds them about how Jesus willingly entered the earth to pay a price we should have paid, and took our place on the cross. For to us a child is born, To us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulder, and his name shall be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace.